Welcome to this first behind-the-scenes featurette for the film Flesh. I'm here with Gidget Gein, artist extraordinaire, who we've commissioned to paint an original concept of Elizabeth Bathory.
I'm not a scholar on Countess Bathory. She was sort of like a modern-day vampire, and I was into like all the spooks and ghouls when I was a kid, so it was, I guess it was very attractive to me as a young kid, like a real day vampire, and I thought I could like do it justice. And I think it came out good, but usually when people ask me to do paintings, like commissions and stuff, I never feel finished, and I don't even know if this is finished, but I guess since I signed it, it's finished. I love the background, and her face looks pretty spooky.
Yeah, the picture I gave him to work off is the only known picture of Elizabeth Bathory that exists. And the only prerequisite we had was we didn't want a replication of it, we wanted a modern interpretation of it. And just judging from Gidget's other work, I seem to think that he was the perfect guy, and I think I'm right. So, can you show us some of your other artwork here?
This is teenage Jeffrey Dahmer, J.J. Walker from Good Times. This one's called Glue, and I was doing a series of paintings called, they're all called Wet Watercolor Dream, and they'll have some sort of subtitle, and it's kind of like abstract sex-expressionism. It's Witchy Poo from H.R. Pufnstuf, Scatman Crothers, who was in The Shining, got it in the Axe by Jack Nicholson. This is another like abstract sex. This is oil, but I spilled the wax. So I had both of them sitting together, and I was moving a candle, and the wax went all over it. This is Mary Bell. You ever hear her?
No.
I think it was the 60s in England, where she was 11 at the oldest, maybe 8, and she killed a bunch of her friends. And she would like write notes and leave them at the crime scene and like brag about it and do all this like heinous stuff. I just thought she needed to be painted. This is a screen print. It's like one of the first screen prints I did. This is my obligatory 9/11 painting that I did on my birthday like 2 years ago, because my birthday is also 9/11.
Wow.
It says here, I see the city's breaking and everybody's shaking. It's an abstract sex painting. It's called a Jim Crow turned inside out as a mess. This one's called Big Baby Jesus Witnesses the Birth of Little Baby Jesus. I got some oil paintings. It's Woody Allen. It's like one of the first oils I did. Here's like another Al Jolson, but he's gray Jolson. I did about like 40 these Zyklon B cans. I had them on the wall all together. It was kind of like you know, like the Warhol soup cans, but reversed. I pretty much used like the Warhol can image, and then I used actual graphics that were on the can, and they had this. They had these alchemic crosses, and it said gift gas, and gift in German means poison. It's poison gas, and it had the skull, the exact skull, and it had this, which was probably the brand name. Oh, this is good. This painting here was done by Nico Clau, who lives in France, but his claim to fame is he's the vampire of Paris, and he used to work for the morgue, and he was I guess he was in a death battle or stuff like that. So when he worked in the morgue, he would steal blood from the blood bank and take it home and drink it, and then his job was to sew the people up after autopsies, and he would like scrape some meat like off of their ribs so they wouldn't see it missing, and he would eat that. Then he would steal like chunks of their meat, and it just started getting worse and worse, and he wound up killing somebody. And he killed some people, robbed some graves, so his charge was premeditated murder and grave robbing. So they put him in jail. I guess it was a life sentence, but in France, your life sentence is 14 years. So he served maybe 8 years, and he got out. He's out now, and he did this painting of me, like a designer body bag.
Wow, so this is an actual body bag?
Yeah, it's a Louis Vuitton body bag. This is one of the first like paintings I did on a body bag. Like Louis Vuitton, but / self-portrait of me. It's inspired by that famous like Vietnam Cambodian picture where the guy's shooting the hostage. But that's inspired by I was watching all these war movies and seeing on the news and like all the soldiers, like the hell they go through, and like, I mean, right now as we're standing here in this apartment and it's, you know, LA, everything's great, there's people like in war and going like bullets are flying at them, exploding. It's crazy. And I was thinking like all these like protesters, and I mean it's great, it's American to protest and to question the government, but I don't think anybody realizes what people are going through, like in war situations, you know. So that was kind of like just giving props to the soldiers, you know. I couldn't even imagine doing that. I have a clothing line called Gollywood, and what I do is I get like thrift store clothes, and then make screen prints and just go over it. Getting the Zyklon B can. On my website, all I have are t-shirts, but I'm gonna have a Gollywood website soon where all the original stuff, because all this stuff on here is one of a kind.
It's kind of Flashdance.
Flashdance?
Yeah, a little bit.
It was more like a pirate. I had a fashion show where there's a guy in this building that's a pirate. He goes out dressed as a pirate, and he has a group of pirate friends, and they go out on a boat and have like pirate adventures. I'm serious. The hat, the sword, and he's like, arr. So I had him wear this in the fashion show. Woody Allen dress.
Now, if that isn't a turn on, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Logo. There's a new design, this devil head I made.
So I hope you enjoyed this tour of Gidget's stuff. We really love the painting that he did for us. And if you want to learn more about him, go to gidgetgein.com. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thanks. Glad you liked it.